COVID-19, the Marshall Scam. Reminder, as a citizen of a free country, it is your right and duty to question your government's actions. During World War II, the Western Allies destroyed Germany from the air, while the Russians devastated the once mighty German armies, until finally on June 6, 1944, Western armies once more marched on Western European soil, heading for Berlin. By agreement between the senior leaders, Stalin, Roosevelt and Churchill, the Western and Russian armies would meet in Berlin, whoever got there first, and together we would look down on Hitler's corpse and the corpse of Germany. Germany was devastated, Berlin no more than rubble. The cost of rebuilding Germany would be astronomical. Germany was hardly in a position to get a loan. Its people had food only courtesy of the victorious Allies' generosity, and it was meagre food at that. To rebuild Germany, it was unthinkable for Germans, but it would have to be done. After World War I, it was decided to humiliate Germany and ensure it could never rise again. The Allies imposed financial penalties so absurd that Germany, financially collapsing, had hyperinflation. A mark, equivalent to $1 essentially, became worthless. Wheelbarrows of millions of marks would not buy a loaf of bread. Then came Hitler. Adolf Hitler took a deprived and angry people and gave them back their pride. He gave them a vision, and after the treatment by the Allies, eventually all Germans were proud again, until Berlin lay flattened and devastated as it never had been in World War I. Wisely determined not to repeat that mistake, the Allies did not punish Germany further. They very kindly gave senior jobs in the US space program, Operation Paperclip, job creation that no doubt was massively appreciated by those fortunate enough to get them. But it wasn't enough not to punish Germany. Some wise heads realized that, distasteful as it might seem, the West would have to finance the rebuilding of Germany. The Marshall Plan was conceived and implemented, costing the US, one assumes, a huge amount, but leading to a democratic and sanitized Germany. What I want you to recognize is the following. It costs a huge amount to restore a devastated nation. Someone with a huge amount of money is required. In the Marshall Plan, the premise was simple. Hitler rose to power, he went to war, and we stopped him. Stopping him required devastating Germany. Leaving Germany devastated is not a good idea. Large sums of money will be required to be spent. We, the US, will provide that money, some as loans, most as grants. Now fast forward to 2020 and the virus meme, UK version. The virus rose in China. It's devastating the world and we need to stop it. Stopping it requires massive intervention, requiring devastated economies and medicines. Large sums of money will be required to be spent. We, the UK, do not have that money. We need a loan or a grant. Here's the problem. It's devastating the world and we need to stop it. No, it's going around the world, approximately about, certainly in the US, similar range to flu. Look at our charts. Stopping it requires massive intervention. No, Knut Witkowski has illustrated in other videos. Watch his video. All you need to do, put your OAPs in a home, 4 weeks, let everyone else carry on, and you're done. Requiring devastated economies and medicines. Lockdown. Nobody can work. No, again, respected epidemiologist Knut Witkowski says no. OAPs in homes, get on with your lives, that's it. Medicines. No. OAPs in homes, get on with your lives, that's it. Large sums of money will be required to be spent. If all we do is put our OAPs in homes and do nothing else, it won't require any money, will it? We, the UK, do not have that money. Well, we don't need any money, so that's fine, thank you for asking. We need a loan or a grant. Well, the government is always happy to take loans, and they will spend it on buying votes, but no, for the virus, no. As long as we follow Witkowski, nothing doing. The only fact in the entire official virus meme 2020 is that the virus likely did indeed originate in China. That's it. Everything else is fiction. If you haven't figured that out by now, go start watching our videos. Start with the first one and keep watching. You can't have anything better to do, in the UK at least. You're stuck at home on lockdown. Now we come to the Marshall scam, UK. The virus rose in China. Yes, it's devastating the world and we need to stop it. No, but fine, that's what the media is telling you. Stopping it requires massive intervention. No, not according to a world-leading epidemiologist, but yeah, that's what they're telling you. Requiring devastated economies and medicines. No, not according to the epidemiologists, and they don't phrase it like that, do they? They say lockdown to save lives, medicines to save lives. What it really is it's pretty devastating if nobody can work. And yeah, what the hell? Go buy all those medicines. They're not needed, but guess what? Big Pharma will back you. Large sums of money will be required to be spent. Well, only, of course, if you're actually going along with the meme and you allow the government to spend all that money, which we don't have because we're all in home, and so they're going to have to lend it, borrow it. Oh, gosh. We, the UK, do not have the money. I'm sorry, did I just cover that? We need a loan or a grant. Well, there you go. I guess you would, if any of that was actually true, and they're certainly telling you it's true, or putting it nicely in terms of saving lives. So, no, we don't actually. But, yeah, you could certainly believe that we did, and you know what? We are now in lockdown, and they have crashed the economy, so, yeah, I guess whether we like it or not, because we didn't fact check, because we didn't call them on their lies, we have now devastated our economy, and so we are going to need bailing out. So they have won, pure and simple, because you did not bother to fact check before you went to your home. Sorry, it's as simple as that. The media, even the financial media, as far as I'm aware, haven't even begun to talk about the cost of rebuilding. It's too early. We're still at war. Plenty of time to discuss the minutiae when we're done saving lives. Except that what to do after the war was discussed very early. Read Eisenhower's autobiography. Yeah, that Eisenhower. Warning against the military-industrial complex. Having led us to victory, maybe he was onto something. Nothing less than unconditional surrender was acceptable. No fudge, no armistice. I suggest the peoples of the UK, US and Canada remember that. So no, it's not too early to state the obvious that we are faithfully following the Marshall Plan scenario with just a couple of minor tweaks. The virus is not an existential threat. It did not require any such actions, Nutvikovsky. Indeed, they were counterproductive. Ditto. Why prolong the negative effects of riding out the virus? And then we went to virus war on a lie. WMD. The virus is real, but bravo Sweden and now Brazil and South Korea, who's done with the virus at 5 times better rates than even Hubei. Absurdly minor cases and deaths. Whereas we in the US, UK and Canada seem determined to have the worst possible experience of the virus. There is only one person who benefits from having the worst possible experience of the virus, and that's the person that loans us the massively bigger sum that would be required to restore and recover our nation. I've just submitted to my first coerced medical procedure. I could not buy food, drink or petrol without being sanitized. Jews will remember that excuse with some poignancy, I have no doubt. Thank you for listening or watching. I'm Andrew Mather, a 60-year-old Brit, mathematician, financier, technologist, husband, biker, pilot, healer, whatever. Bunch of stuff. Take care. Feel free to get in touch. Andrew at peerlessreads.com, andrew@amather.com. Either should get to me.